The sun is a merciless, white-hot disk in a sky bleached of color. The ground below is a shifting, treacherous sea of sand, where temperatures can melt rubber and disorient the most seasoned explorers. In this landscape, where nature asserts its absolute dominance, the concept of a luxury vehicle seems not just frivolous, but absurd. And yet, it is here, in the heart of the empty quarter, that the 2026 Scania 6x6 desert cruiser finds its true purpose. It is not merely a vehicle, it is a statement, a $1.8 million, titanium-clad declaration that human ingenuity can carve out a sphere of impeccable comfort and security in the planet's most hostile environments. This is not a truck. It is a terrestrial spaceship, a mobile penthouse, a fortress on 6 wheels. It represents the zenith of Scania's engineering prowess, a brand historically associated with rugged commercial haulage, now catapulted into the rarefied air of ultra-luxury, bespoke exploration. The progeny of giants, a design philosophy forged in fire. To understand the desert cruiser, one must first look at its lineage. Scania's DNA is not born in wind tunnels or on the manicured curves of a Monaco racetrack. It is forged in the grit and grime of mining operations, the endless grind of long-haul logistics, and the unforgiving demands of Arctic trucking. This heritage of indestructibility is the cruiser's bedrock. The design philosophy is apocalyptic elegance. Every line, every surface, every material is chosen for a dual purpose, supreme function and audacious form. Exterior, the anatomy of a titan. Approaching the desert cruiser is an intimidating experience. It stands over 4 meters tall and stretches nearly 10 meters in length. Its silhouette is a purposeful, aggressive wedge, designed to slice through dust storms and dissipate heat. The chassis and powertrain. At its core lies a heavily modified, military-grade 6x6 chassis, with a central backbone thicker than a human torso. The heart is a masterpiece, a twin-turbocharged, hybrid-assisted Scania V8 diesel engine, displacing a colossal 16.7 liters. In an era shifting towards electrification, this might seem anachronistic. But in the desert, where charging infrastructure is a fantasy and reliability is God, the torque-rich, mechanical simplicity of a massive diesel is king. It produces a seismic 1,200 horsepower and an earth-moving 3,500 lb-ft of torque. A 200 horsepower electric motor integrated into the transmission provides silent, low-speed crawling and a vital boost of power when needed. The tires and suspension, the 6 massive, 54-inch Michelin XZL sand tires are the vehicle's first line of defense. They are run-flat, self-sealing, and filled with a nitrogen-rich compound to resist heat buildup. The suspension is a fully active hydraulic system with a staggering 500 mm of travel per wheel. With the push of a button, the vehicle can raise itself to ford deep wadis or lower itself for high-speed dune bashing. It reads the terrain 1,000 times per second, adjusting each wheel's damping and height independently, creating a ride so smooth it feels like you're gliding on a cloud of sand. The armor and protection, the body panels are a composite of carbon fiber, Kevlar, and brushed titanium, offering B6-level ballistic protection. The windows are multi-laminated polycarbonate, 5 cm thick, capable of stopping a .44 Magnum round. The underbody is a 15 mm thick skid plate, sculpted to deflect rocks and prevent the vehicle from beaching itself on high crests. A roof-mounted, 360-degree sensor array includes LiDAR, thermal, and radar, creating a virtual bumper that can autonomously apply brakes or adjust course to avoid collisions with unseen obstacles. The aesthetic is brutally functional. There are no frivolous chrome accents. Instead, you find sand-blasted aluminium brush guards, integrated high-lift jack points, and massive LED light bars that can turn night into day. It is painted in a proprietary, solar-reflective, ceramic coating that rejects over 90% of solar radiation, keeping the internal temperature manageable even under the direct desert sun. 2. The inner sanctum, where opulence meets operational command. If the exterior is a declaration of war against the elements, the interior is the spoils of victory. Opening the pneumatically sealed, 8-inch thick door reveals a world that is a stark, almost surreal, contrast to the desolation outside. This is a command lounge designed by the same firm that outfits private jets for Middle Eastern royalty. The cockpit, the nerve center. The driver and co-pilot sit in bespoke, massaging, climate-controlled seats upholstered in breathable, diamond-stitched Valcona leather. The dashboard is a seamless, curved digital canvas. Instead of a traditional cluster, a customizable heads-up display, HUD, projects all vital information: speed, heading, tire pressure, suspension status, drone feed, onto the windshield. The steering wheel is a thick-rimmed, hand-stitched affair, but it houses haptic feedback controls and a terrain response dial, allowing the driver to switch between modes like dune, rock crawl, high-speed run, and storm. In the center console, a 18-inch OLED touchscreen controls everything from the entertainment system to the tire inflation system, CTS, which can adjust pressure on the fly for optimal traction. This is not just a driving position, it is a command bridge. The vehicle's AI, named Odin, provides constant updates on weather patterns, satellite imagery, and potential mechanical issues. It can suggest the most efficient route, warn of approaching sandstorms, and even take over driving completely in monotonous terrain. The rear lounge, the apocalypse in first class. Stepping past the central bulkhead reveals the main lounge. This is where the desert cruiser transcends being a vehicle and becomes a habitat. The air is cool and scented with optional oud or sandalwood. The floor is heated teak wood. The walls are swathed in sound-deadening Alcantara. Along one side is a full-length sofa that converts into a king-sized bed. Opposite is a pair of executive, zero-gravity recliners, inspired by NASA, that can recline to a near-horizontal position to minimize fatigue on long journeys. A 42-inch 8K roll-down television is paired with a 24-speaker, 3,500-watt Naim audio system that delivers concert hall fidelity, completely isolated from the roar of the outside world. The amenities: 5-star hotel on the move. No luxury fortress is complete without its life support systems. The galley, tucked discreetly behind smoked glass, is a full kitchenette. It features an induction cooktop, a steam oven, a refrigerator with a separate wine cooler, and an espresso machine capable of crafting a perfect macchiato even while cresting a 45-degree dune. The water is sourced from a 200-liter freshwater tank and further purified by an onboard atmospheric water generator, which can literally create drinking water from the desert air. The sanctum sanctorum, at the very rear, is the bathroom. This is not a cramped RV wet room. It is a proper, enclosed space with a rainfall shower, a porcelain toilet, and a marble-topped vanity. The hot water is supplied by an instantaneous heater, and all gray water is stored in separate, sealed tanks. Power and connectivity: the cruiser is entirely self-sufficient. A roof-mounted, retractable array of solar panels supplements the main engine and a bank of lithium-sulfur batteries. This microgrid can power the entire vehicle, air conditioning, galley, entertainment, for up to 48 hours with the main engine off. For connectivity, a retractable satellite dish provides high-speed, low-latency internet and satellite phone service from anywhere on the planet, ensuring you are never truly off-grid. 3. The Crucible, conquering the empty quarter. Specifications on a screen are one thing, real-world performance is another. To truly test the desert cruiser, we took it into the Rub al-Khali, the empty quarter, the largest sand desert in the world. The ascent of a dragon's back. Our first challenge was a dune known locally as the Dragon's Back, a razor-edged crest with a 38-degree slip face. In a lesser vehicle, this would be a recipe for disaster. We engage dune mode. The suspension rises, tire pressure drops to 15 psi, and the powertrain configures itself for maximum low-end torque. The V8's roar is muffled to a distant, purposeful hum inside the cabin. As we approach the incline, the feeling is surreal. There is no drama. The massive tires claw into the soft sand, the hydraulic suspension keeping all 6 wheels in constant contact with the ground. The HUD shows a live topography map, with the crest clearly marked. We crest the dune with the ease of a ship riding a gentle swell. The descent is handled by the hill descent control, a system so smooth it feels like an invisible hand is lowering you down. Inside the cabin, a glass of champagne on the central table hasn't spilled a drop. The sandstorm, a fortress under siege. The desert's true test came hours later. Odin, the AI, issued a warning. A massive hubbub, a wall of dust and sand, was approaching. Within minutes, the world outside turned a violent shade of orange. Visibility dropped to zero. The wind howled like a demon, battering the titanium shell. This is where the desert cruiser earns its price tag. We brought the vehicle to a halt, engaged storm lock, and let the fortress defend its occupants. The external sensors switched to thermal and radar, painting a clear picture of our surroundings on the main screen even as the windows were completely obscured. The climate control system, with its medical-grade HEPA and carbon filters, ensured the air inside remained crystal clear. The battery bank and solar panels took over, allowing us to sit in silent, air-conditioned comfort, watching a movie, while a biblical-scale storm raged just inches away. It was an experience of profound isolation and absolute security. 4. The art of the bespoke, curating your fortress.